In life, many of us try our best to be honest, to work with dedication, and to live by strong principles. But sometimes, it only takes one weak moment, one tempting thought, to change the direction of our entire future. Have you ever wondered how a single decision could either open the doors to success or quietly close them forever? Listen closely to today's story, because every moment in it reminds us that even a good person can make a terrible mistake when they stop controlling their thoughts. Years ago, in a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills, lived a young man named Daniel. His life was simple, but it was also difficult. Every morning, he left his small, humble house, hoping to find any kind of work. Some days, he earned a few coins. On many other days, he returned home with empty hands. At night, he would cook a modest meal, sit alone with his thoughts, and go to sleep hoping the next day would be kinder to him. One evening, after searching all day without any success, Daniel walked home, feeling exhausted and defeated. As he passed through a narrow, deserted road, he heard a voice from behind him, asking for help. He turned around and saw an elderly traveler standing beside 3 large, heavy travel bags. The old man spoke gently, saying he needed to reach the next village before nightfall. He explained that he could carry 2 of the bags himself, but the third one was just far too heavy for him. If Daniel helped him, he said he would pay him with 3 shiny gold coins. Daniel, seeing the old man's struggle and the promise of payment, agreed without hesitation. When he lifted the first bag, he was surprised by its immense weight. The old man calmly explained that it was filled with bronze coins. Though the bag was incredibly heavy, Daniel managed to lift it onto his shoulder and started walking beside the old man. As they continued their journey, Daniel couldn't help but notice that the old man kept watching him, his eyes carefully following every move. Daniel felt a little uncomfortable under the constant gaze, but he reassured himself. He was an honest person. He had never stolen anything from anyone in his entire life, and he truly believed that hard work was the only path to a life of dignity. Soon, they reached a shallow river. Without thinking much, Daniel stepped into the cool water to cross. The old man, however, hesitated on the shore. He said he was too weak to cross while carrying both of his bags. He asked Daniel if he would carry another bag across first, promising him 3 more gold coins for the extra effort. Daniel agreed again, but as he reached for the bag, the old man asked him to promise that he would not run away with it. Daniel felt a sting of offense. He explained that he was not a dishonest person and that he valued his honesty far more than any amount of money. The old man slowly handed him the second bag, explaining that this one contained silver coins. Daniel crossed the river successfully and came back for the old man. They continued walking until they reached a steep, difficult hill. The old man stopped once more, breathing heavily. He said he was simply too old to climb while carrying the final bag. Daniel, trying to be helpful, offered to carry it as well. But this time, the old man hesitated for a long moment. He warned Daniel that the third bag was filled with gold coins. He looked Daniel in the eyes and said that if he ran away now, with all this wealth, he would never be able to catch him. Daniel grew frustrated. He reminded the old man again of his honesty. He even shared a story about how he once quit a good job because his employer had asked him to lie in the company's financial records. After a long, silent pause, the old man finally seemed to trust him and handed over the last, heaviest bag. Daniel began climbing the hill alone, while the old man slowly followed far behind. As Daniel walked ahead, a dangerous thought started to creep into his mind. He realized the old man was a long way back and far too weak to ever chase him. If he ran away with all 3 bags, he could become wealthy in an instant. He started to justify the idea, telling himself that the old man was already old and probably didn't need all that money anyway. He began to imagine a new life, a life filled with luxury, comfort, and the admiration of others. The more he thought about it, the more tempting the idea became. Eventually, Daniel gave in. He let that one thought take over. He ran. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him, holding all 3 bags, until he reached the safety of his home. With trembling hands and a heart pounding in his chest, he tore open the bags, expecting to see glittering gold and silver. Instead, he found nothing but ordinary, worthless stones. Confused and angry, he searched frantically through the bags and discovered a small sealed letter at the bottom of one. In it, the old man revealed that he was actually the king of the land. He was old, without any family, and was searching for a truly honest person to adopt as his heir and the future ruler of his kingdom. The entire journey, every step and every conversation, had been a test of character, a test of integrity. The letter explained that if Daniel had remained honest until the very end, he would have been chosen as the next king. But by allowing greed to control his mind for just a few moments, he had lost the greatest opportunity of his entire life. A deep, crushing wave of regret washed over Daniel. He had lived an honest life for years, yet one moment of weakness, one single thought that he let grow, had destroyed everything he could have become. He finally realized that the real enemy wasn't his poverty or his daily struggle, but the unchecked thoughts that led him to betray his own values. This story is a powerful reminder that every action we take begins as a simple thought. Our thoughts shape our words influence our actions, and our repeated actions build our future. If we allow negative or greedy thoughts to grow in our minds, they can lead us far away from the life we truly want to live. Our minds are like gardens. The thoughts we choose to plant and water today will become the reality we live in tomorrow. When we choose to cultivate honesty, patience, and self-control, we build a future that reflects the very best version of ourselves. If you found meaning in this story, please share it with someone who might need to hear this reminder today. Stay patient, stay grateful, and always keep moving forward with a clear mind and an honest heart. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.